welcome back to the WedPro Podcast.
I'm sat on my floor in my living room recording today because the office is in use, but hopefully the acoustics are better because there's a lot more plushy, lovely things around me, whereas usually I'm in the man office. Getting a little bit more femme, isn't it? It's getting a little bit more feminine, but lots of harsh wood. Not great for acoustics, is it, usually? But today I'm sat on my living room floor, which means cramp is impending, everybody.
Yes.
Hey, we wanted to talk to you today about goals and have a check-in. We're halfway through the year. I know. I was only saying last night, actually, gosh, it has gone so fast.
I know. Every week is just like flying by with the blink of an eye. It's crazy.
We will be in the thrust of wedding season and the kids being off school before we even know it.
Yes. But that said, even though you guys out there are probably knee-deep in weddings or it's getting that way, it's really important to keep reflecting on your goals, and if goals haven't been set, is to keep doing that and get that momentum going again, because come September, October, when the wedding industry goes quiet again, you need to make sure you're still on track. There is no excuse.
There is no excuse. He's playing bad cop today. Yeah, I think it's just a good time to check in. And I know, like, when things are gearing up to be busy, or that we know that we're going to be busy in a few weeks, just getting organised. And sometimes goal setting is just about being able to be organised, being able to know what's coming ahead in your calendar, and being able to think, yeah, that's in order, so that I can get on with and fully focus on my clients during wedding season. I know that over the next couple of weeks for us, we're going to be gearing up to taking the summer off with our kids. So we'll want to make sure that our socials are in order, that everything is scheduled, that our clients are taken care of, that our coaching clients, all the lessons are planned out for them. Anything we can do in advance, basically, we want to get on top of our membership.
Yeah.
I know that there'll be things for you listening at home as well that you just want to get in order, whether that's just the CRM sorted or your social scheduled, whatever it is. But as we're getting halfway through the year, we did a goal setting pod, didn't we, at the beginning of the year?
We did.
So good time to check in and see how we're all going with the goals. And if you haven't set any goals yet, we don't need to wait for the start of the year to be like, it's January, new me, new year, new me, and all of that. We can set them anytime we want. And we regularly set goals inside of our business, don't we?
Yeah.
And things can go massively off track. At the beginning of the year, we sat down and made a plan for our business. I think it was in Feb, didn't we? We sat and made a plan for our business.
We did.
When all of our launches were going to happen, what we were going to launch when. And I think one of our biggest things that we wanted to launch was WedPro CEO, but we were going to wait until October.
Yeah, weren't we? That was like, definitely we wanted to do that.
We were like, oh yeah, let's wait until October. Let's build as much of it as we can before then, gear up to it, promote it. And then basically in April, we were like, why are we waiting? Let's just see. We don't even know if people want this. Let's just see if people do. And yeah, you wanted it, you needed it. And now we're in the thrusts of working with the amazing businesses inside, and we're loving it. And this was something that has come way earlier than we planned in our goal. Good thing.
It's great, yeah. Like sometimes, like the universe just gives you little gifts like this, and you just have to roll with them. And I really like that. And for me, it feels like a massive achievement that yes, like we've got something, because this is a big program for us to set up, create the content, then get the businesses inside. There's a lot of elements to it, and the fact that we've done it in such a short space of time.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And there'll be things for you as well. And I think the summer solstice has happened now, the halfway point for the year. And rather than getting a flap about where's this year going, I'm not on track for my goals, it's much more productive. And that's why we wanted to do this podcast, to just do a 6-month check-in for the goals that you set for your business back in January. And if you want to join us and do your own 6-month check-in, we'll definitely give you some tips. And it's not an opportunity. It's not a podcast about beating yourself up about the things that you haven't done yet, or adding more things to your to-do list. It's not about that at all. It's just more of an emotional check-in, a chance to analyze like your behaviors, your attitudes to your goals, and shift them to something more realistic or maybe more doable if necessary, so that we can get on and make sure that at the end of the year we are moving in the right direction for your business.
So I think we've just got to remember, whilst doing this, that we're doing it to make improvements, and it's not to let those like negative gremlin thoughts take over at all. It's not about that.
No. So I think the first thing to think about is that when you want to check in on your goals, however you approach goal setting, whether you're somebody that does a vision board, I quite like vision board exercises. I have it on my phone, so it's nice and easy to check in on. And quite a lot of the stuff on my vision board, I'm looking at it right now, is stuff that I'm on the way to doing. And that's the way I like to set goals. We also have like little reminders of our goals pop up on our phone, don't we?
Or even just writing them in a notebook.
Yeah, however it is. Make sure that when you come to check in on this, it's a time when you're feeling content, you're not stressed, you're not worried, because that's going to affect how kind you are going through this process. So getting into the realities of the progress that you're making and numbers is always going to evoke some sort of feeling, whether good or bad. But remember, in order to make improvements, we do need to measure things going forward. So there are definitely some ways that I like to check in on my goals. And as long as you are come away with some tangible objectives and things that you can work on and some action that you can do going forward, then this exercise is definitely worth doing. First and foremost, you want to look at what has gone really well in the pursuit of that goal. How is it making you feel? Have you made a new connection? Have you made lots of money? It's also fine if there's been no successes. You want to then analyze, if you've not achieved what you've wanted to yet, why is that? What stopped you from getting to that? How does this goal make you feel? Is it still a goal that's relevant in your business? Like we said, our October goal was to launch something that we've already launched. That frees up time for other things that we can concentrate on. What's your intuition saying about this goal?
Is that good?
Yeah, dig into these problems and anything that's holding you back. And that's where you'll find solutions. It might be that your goal doesn't really align with you anymore. It's not really where you want the direction of your business to be going. We quite often have changes in the direction of our business, things that we want to do and don't want to do in our business. So for example, this was something that absolutely wasn't on the plan either. We're having a rebrand, and that absolutely was not on the plan. Maybe it was. When did we go to Expert Empires? That was March, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So in March, we started to think about, we're not sure our brand is aligned with where we're currently at in our business. We felt like it was probably where our business was at 12, 15 months ago.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really speaking to the people we needed to speak to anymore. And we were like, oh yeah, we'll look at branding when we're a little bit more quiet. Again, we've just jumped into it.
Straight into it at our busiest time, I'd say. We've got more clients than we've ever had, but we jumped straight in. I think it's just when things feel right at that time, there's nothing wrong at all with just taking that leap. It doesn't matter if that was a goal for our future. It needed to be done now so we could elevate our business. And our new branding is amazing, and it actually 100% reflects where we are now.
Yeah, and where we want to be. And this is an investment that we've made into our business. We've invested in the branding. We've invested in a new shoot that's going on, that's happening tomorrow. In a
new wardrobe.
Like, we have made some serious investments in our business this year, haven't we? But that suits and that's aligned with where we want our business to be going. And I think that's it as well. It's not just only 12-month goals or 6-month goals. It's actually where do you want your business to be? And for us, where we want our business to be, certain things are holding us back. So the branding, for example, holding us back, not launching things at certain times, holding us back. So it's still in alignment with that kind of overall goal. And I think that's what's important for you to look at as well. Are these goals in alignment with my overall goal? And it doesn't have to be financial. It doesn't have to be branding related or more clients. It could just be time related. You want time off. You want to be able to know that for 2 weeks of the summer you're not going to work, or that you are available every day to pick the kids up from school. For us, gosh, this month is so busy for kind of kids extracurricular stuff at school, isn't it? And for us, it's nice some of the time to be able to be there to watch the 1 millionth sports day or the clarinet concert or whatever it is. But whatever that is for you, your goals don't have to be tied to financial freedom or money. It could just be to have more time or to feel more relaxed in your business.
Yes.
I think that was one of the biggest goals about me setting up this business compared to the business that I had previously compared to the bridal shop, I wanted this business to give me more time. I wanted it to give me more flexibility, to enable me to work from home. But also, I wanted to be able to work some normal working hours. I didn't want
You
to go.
wanted to see your children growing up. You wanted to get that flexibility.
I didn't want to go from working a kind of 9 till 5 to a 9 till 9.
Now, let's just go back for a minute to analysing the problem. So if you are one of those people, and sometimes this is me, and I'll set a goal and I'll continuously like not hit that goal. And that's okay. But if that is happening more than twice, you've got the same goal and you're just not reaching it, there's something wrong with that goal that you've set, as in what is going on to make it not be achievable. And it could be like so many things. It could be that you need to learn a new skill to hit that goal. Like really analyze the ones that you do hit and that are going really well, but also the ones that you've not hit and you think, okay, like that's not gone so well. Don't just push it aside and then think about it another time. Yes, it's probably going to feel uncomfortable to analyze that in that way, but that is about growth and it's really important, and you will propel yourself forward if you just step out of that comfort zone a little bit and look inside a bit more, search for those reasons why.
And then it's difficult to hold yourself accountable, and and we're lucky in that respect, really, can't we? Because we can pull and push each other and say, oh, Katie, that client isn't in alignment with where we want the business to go. Do we really want to take on that client? Or Roxy, this money attitude, it's not going to help our business grow. And that can be good because there's two of us, but it can be quite difficult to stop and think, am I the problem? Is it me? Is it me? And it might just be something as simple as you pouring all of your time into something that your skill set doesn't lie in. If your goals are about growing on social media and you're not growing on social media, is your time better spent somewhere else in your business? And we do a training inside of our WedPro CEO program about this, about effective hourly rate, and actually setting your hourly rate inside your business, whatever it may be, and then all of the tasks that fall into the realm of you, whether that is scheduling social media posts, whether that's driving to and from places to pick things up, whether that is SEO, writing blogs, whatever it is, measuring it against your effective hourly rate, because quite often it's cheaper for you to outsource that than for you to actually be able to do it yourself inside your business. Because as business people, we need to be paying ourselves for the hours that we're working. It's not just about working for free effectively all week, but then I've got a wedding at the end of the week. Has that covered your wages for the whole week? Are you in profit? And we talk about this idea of effective hourly rate inside of our WedPro CEO program to make sure that everybody is charging their worth and charging what they need to do in order to be able to have a sustainable long-term business. But if your goals are related to taking on more bookings, whether that is about getting visible more online, whether that is about social media, getting visible on social media, is that going to help you to make more bookings? And if it is, and it's not in your skill set, look to learn. So, it doesn't have to be outsourcing everything. It could be outsourcing somebody to do your graphics. It could be outsourcing somebody to look over your captions. It could be sitting and doing a power hour and learning how to do it yourself, so you've got a strategy to follow going forward. It could be paying somebody to come up with a strategy for you that you follow. And I think that sometimes we get into this kind of space as small business owners where we struggle on, and it can be much more productive to actually offset that.
And you're not going to win any medals for doing it all on your own anyway. There is no harm in absolutely asking for support and help and outsourcing. And let me tell you, it does feel great. We have just recently got a VA. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it? And it's been a little bit hard when we originally thought about it, of letting go of that control of some of our bits, but you've got to, in order to grow, that's the step that we've had to take.
And I think as well, scary to think, okay, we need to find this money every single month, but that is going to free us up to go and sit on sales calls, sit on clients calls, not be sitting on our laptop at 8:30 at night because we've just got to catch up on this thing because we were on sales calls in the afternoon. And it's been also really great for clearing your head of things.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we're digressing slightly. If you are looking at your goals and you're thinking this isn't going so well, what steps can we put in place to change that for you? So if that is to learn a new skill, to outsource something, to buy a book, whatever it is, and definitely make sure that skill, that goal is still in alignment for where your business wants to be. There's tons of things that could have happened this year that's changed that overall outlook of your business or that overall direction of your business. For me, when we first started the Wedding Business Hub, we were growing at a really exponential rate. We were in 2 continents, putting on networking events. We had 50 networking events a month going on, really busy, really absolutely loved it. COVID hit, everything slowed down. And then I had a bereavement in my family as well. And I think that bereavement made me stop and think, gosh, I don't want a really big business. I don't want a really big business that I'm stressed. I've got a team of 50 people to manage, some people on the other side of the world. We were constantly switched on, and that's okay for a small period of time to be switched on when you're excited about a new business and you're in that go hustle mode. I know that we say we don't hustle pressure, but some of the time you've got to put the work in and you've got to do the work. But then when that happened and COVID slowed everything down and we were like, oh God, what's happening? Where's this going? And then definitely when that bereavement happened, I was like, I don't want to be stuck in front of my laptop 24/7 with my brain switched on all the time. I just don't want it. I want to be able to be. You're not going to sit in years to come and look back at your life and think,
no,
I'm so pleased I worked all those hours.
No.
It's the eating out and the holidays that you go on and the stuff that you do with the kids. And yes, this stuff absolutely is part of that, because we get to have nice holidays and nice things because of the work that we do. But I definitely needed to strike more of a balance. And I think COVID really opened my eyes to wanting to have a small but mighty business. And actually, I think because our money goals were quite high and like the scope of the business was like, okay, we're in 2 countries, we're going to go into a 3rd country, we're going to go and look at cracking America and franchising the business. And obviously that comes with quite a lot of financial success under that kind of umbrella. But then you don't need to have that much of a massive business to make money. You don't need to be global to make good money. And I think that was something that I came to realise. Yes, we want to have good launches. Yes, we want to make money. And we're way more comfortable talking about that this year than we've ever been.
Yeah.
And there's 2 of us, so we need to make sure that our goals are lined up and that we're both singing from the same hymn sheet, because that's what provides motivation as well to get up and do what we do. And some weeks when we make less money, to still make sure our seat are like our bum is in the chair and that we're still carrying on and going forward.
Cracking on, yeah. So when it comes to goals, I know that, and this is what happened to me personally, and I see and I speak to a lot of kind of businesses that we work with, that when they're setting goals, yes, I know we're looking at kind of 6-month goals, but look at that end goal and then set yourselves like micro goals to get you where you need to be. So many times, so often I hear from people that are like, I've got this goal, I've got that goal, and reeling like millions of goals off, and you think, oh my life, like, how are you ever going to achieve all of these goals? So just make your goals as easy to achieve as possible is what I would say. If you're thinking, okay, I need to set my next 6 months worth of goals, don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, I think I've got a good tip for this. So divide it into like different areas of focus. So whether that is a financial area that you want to take X amount of money, and that could mean more bookings, or it could just mean raising your prices, like less bookings but at a higher price point, or rejigging the way that you structure your packages. You can have home goals as well in there, absolutely. Like our businesses cross over into our home life, and I know a lot of people would definitely relate to that. Maybe personal relationships, you might have goals on that as well. And it's okay to look at all of these things as well, like all of your health, all of this impacts your business. If your relationships aren't going great and you're concentrating fully on your business and you're not putting the time in and into your personal relationships with your children, with your partners, that ultimately is going to affect how you feel, and then how you feel is going to affect the way that your business runs. So I think we don't get that holistic that often, but I think definitely it has to be a much more rounded approach. A lot of the time people will just focus on financial goals, whereas actually I like to focus on a feeling, like how do I want to feel in my business? Well, I want to feel secure, I want to feel safe, I want to feel that I can take off a week in August and I'll not have to check in on anything. I will check in on things because I want to, but there's going to be nothing time pressuring me to fix. We try and gear up our year to take as much of the 6 weeks holidays off as well, don't we? And that's quite a big goal for us to be able to take 6 weeks off with our kids. And we will work in that 6 weeks, but there will be nothing urgent to do.
That's a nice feeling.
It's a nice feeling. It's important to celebrate the successes as well and look at where have I come already this year? What's gone well? What have I loved? Have I attracted an ideal client that I really wanted to work with? Have I been a recommended supplier at a prestigious venue? Have I secured some publicity? Have I overcome something, a hurdle inside my business? And pat yourself on the back and celebrate that success. I know it's difficult as solo businesses to do that, but 100% we should be doing that as well.
Oh, we should. There's nothing better than celebrating a goal. And it's really important because what tends to happen is, you work your butt off to get to that goal, you get to that goal, and then slam, you're on to the next goal. But how about we just all just take a moment to just appreciate that you've hit that goal before then you are hungry for the next one. Because what is the point?
It's about destination obsession.
Yes.
Constantly moving the goalpost.
Yeah.
Goal. Yeah.
So true.
Identify, analyze any problems that you can see. Is the problem with you? Is there something that you could fix with that, such as pick up a book, learn a new skill, offload some work to somebody? There's going to be plenty of teenagers over the kind of holidays that are looking for work. There's plenty of stay-at-home mums that would quite happily take on a couple of hours admin work.
Yeah.
We're all really skilled with social media, and if you're somebody that's got a strategy and a plan, you can definitely pass that over, and you've got your branding guidelines in place, you could pass that over and outsource that really easily. And it doesn't have to be a VA that you hire at 30 hours a week if you can't afford to. You could hire somebody 3 hours a week, a school mum friend, or somebody should just take a bit of the admin off you. Do you need to make changes to any of your goals? Do you need to make changes to your mindset? I think that's a really important one to address as well. Is there anything in your mindset that's holding you back? Quite often I'll try and do like a mindset health check and just make sure that I'm working on manifesting my goals, making sure that I'm in alignment, practicing gratitude. I don't practice gratitude enough actually, but I should do a little bit more of that. But making sure that your mindset is in a good place to attract abundance, to attract wealth, to attract good clients, that you're putting that energy out so that you can attract that energy back to you as well.
I love that kind of all that abundance and attracting and the universe. I know it's a little bit woo, but I'm really getting into it. But yeah, be grateful for what you've got before anything else. And again, exactly the same as you, I could do with practicing a little bit more gratitude. But yeah, so that is it. We do hope you've enjoyed this episode of the WedPro Podcast. Go forth and smash the next 6 months in your business. Set some amazing goals, but not too big of a goal, so it is achievable for you. Share with us on Instagram as well. Let us know. We would love to celebrate any goals that you've achieved with us. So make sure you tag us in your stories and we'll reshare them and we'll celebrate them with you.
Absolutely. And then just as an exercise, I think, just to round it up, is what actionable things can you take away? When you do this exercise, when you do this check-in on your goals, what actionable things can you take away? So if that is, you might need a CEO hour in your business a week where you're going to sit down and look at your business as a whole and actually work on your business rather than the day-to-day running of your business. So like tasks such as scheduling social media, replying to clients, marketing your business, talking to venues, going to networking events. These are all things that are in the scope of in our business, not on our business. So maybe you're somebody that needs to take an hour out a week to kind of work on the business. I know that can sound scary because you think, where is this time coming from? But we do this regularly, don't we? We do it on a Wednesday afternoon where we take a couple of hours out with our coach, with our business coach, and we look at our business. We look at what do we want to achieve next month? What went well last month? What new things do we need to be aware of in the world of business? What books do we want to read? And it's good to just clear your head, isn't it? And just step away from client work, step away from the running of our business, and look at what can we do better, and how can we move
works.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's good as well because it's like an accountability hour, so I can look at the hour and think, am I on track for where I want to go? Did we hit the goals that we wanted to hit last month? Okay, no, we didn't. Why didn't we do that? So it could just be something as simple as that. But definitely, once you've done this exercise, come away with an action point. That's the point of doing anything. Come away with an action point. We've done a couple of other podcasts on goal setting as well. So there's a goal setting podcast that we did at the beginning of the year, and there's also one all about the different types of entrepreneur when goal setting. So the people that kind of get in their own way, or the people that consistently set new goals when they've reached their goal and they never celebrate. So they're some good podcasts to go and listen to if you've not already listened to them already.
I will pop them in the show notes so you've not got to go and hunt for anything. I do hope you've enjoyed it today. I love a goal. I am a big fan of a goal, and that's what I'll be doing this afternoon, I think, is set some new goals.
Lovely. We'll see you on the next one.